Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to bring you a dedicated Juggernaut video because I'm very excited to have this character in Marvel Future Fight. We've wanted, badass mutant or non-mutant villains for a long time, and we finally got them in spades. And I also can't wait to make a video about Sabretooth, but we kind of have to pace ourselves, so we're going to start with the big orange giant. Now I've got Juggernaut here at 1 star. The way to obtain him, as I've mentioned in a previous video, is only through the X-Gene subscription. Yes, he's considered a mutant for this game, so if you have the X-Gene subscription, if you've paid the $10 US, you'll be able to select him, and then you can go one of two routes. You can either use rank up tickets to get him to 6 stars, and then use the remaining 29 days of your X-Gene subscription to get his gears up to 20, because you'll get an additional 580 bios spread across 3 weeks and 6 days, and then you will guaranteed finish his biometric or finish his gears to 20 with those biometrics, and then you either will have enough to tier 2 him, or you'll just use a tier 2 ticket. That's kind of the cheapest way. It basically guarantees you a 6-star character as long as you have the rank up tickets, the $10, and the tier 2 ticket. So it's still pretty expensive in terms of the actual resources that you need to get. However, there is an easier way. It's more expensive, as you guys know. I'm going to go ahead and use rank up tickets here because I have them. I'm going to use this one to speed up to 4 stars, and then we're going to use 5 and 6 star rank up tickets that I've also gotten from login events and from token events where you get to exchange tokens for 5 and 6 star tickets. I always make sure to get enough of those. Sometimes I get them as well from boost points as kind of random rewards. So once you have a 1 star or a level 1 6-star Juggernaut, for me, I can then go ahead and use a mega tier 2 advancement ticket, and this is going to skip all of the other steps. And then in my case, what I'm going to be doing, if you're following along, I'm going to be using the remaining days of my X-Gene subscription to get Nightcrawler bios so that I can upgrade his uniform. Now, this is not the technically best thing to do if you don't have these characters. I would definitely say invest in Gambit or Weapon Hex, but I've already banked almost 600 bios of Gambits from other X-Gene subscriptions to instantly work on his new uniform whenever he gets it. I doubt Weapon Hex will get a uniform, so the only other thing to do here would either be to save it for Magic, which I've banked about 230, or in my case, I think Nightcrawlers is a decent choice. Now, there is one other way that you can unlock Juggernaut. You won't necessarily be able to get him to tier 2, but from the hero chests that you get, the random hero chests, if they are premium hero chests, when you open them up, you will get biometrics. You can, if it lands on Juggernaut, you will get them. The easiest way, there's a finite number that you can farm, but the easiest way is to farm them from the quest pack. They're available as rewards for completing certain stages, completing them in different amounts, 400 stages, I believe 300, 200 hidden routes, 500 hidden routes, etc. So you can farm these chests and then open them up, and you could get characters, rare characters like Gambit, Luna Snow, someone like Juggernaut, and that would be one of the only other ways to unlock him without getting the X-Gene subscription. And then you could use rank up tickets from there and mega tier 2 tickets, etc. And you can always save 4,100 crystals for a tier 2 mega ticket when they go on sale as part of the tiered event, where it initially costs 8,200 and then it gets reduced and you get half of your purchase crystals back once the sale is over as a refund. But we're going to go ahead and mega tier 2 him just to skip through all of the resource spending. I don't want to spend the feathers. I want to save those, of course, for Wolverine. We're going to pick up these achievements here, and I really just want to see how powerful Juggernaut is. Now, the question for a lot of people is going to be whether he's good for PvE or PvP, because he is the coveted combat villain, of which we only have Minerva right now and Apocalypse and a few others, but he seems to have a lot of very good defensive stats. He's got very high native HP, which makes him good for that. He's got kind of low physical attack, which indicates he may not be as good for PvE. He's got, all defense. He's got recovery. He's got damage reduction, super armor. So he's got quite a few different effects that can make him very good for PvP. However, I'm not going to be testing him in PvP today. I'm not going to be equipping him with a defensive obelisk or a CTP of regeneration or something like that, because he's not level 70. And I think from now on, especially when you go into something like Timeline, 90+% of your opponents are going to be level 70 or at least above level 60, and that creates a really imbalanced playing field that doesn't give you a true representation of the character's value. And remember, we had this drama with Strife, we repeated the drama with Dr. Doom if you've been following the channel for long enough, where the character looks bad in PvP at level 60, and then you get to level 70 and they're an absolute workhorse and they're just dogging other players and dunking on them and completely obliterating them. So this is going to be a PvE particular test, and then we're going to do PvP later on. When we have his potential realized, we can get him up to level 70, and then we can start to play with those. But I do imagine he may end up being quite good for PvP. Now, as far as his skills go, we do normally just level them to 3 if we're not going all the way. I don't see any reason to go all the way to 6 here. Earthquake Slam, we do want to go because it accumulates more damage and it increases the attack. Oh shit, it starts at 5%? Oh, that's really good. Okay, so this goes up to 100. This goes up to 10% increase attack for 1% of damage taken, and it goes up to 10% of HP, which is 10% of the damage, which means that he can buff himself up to 100% increase attack for 10 seconds, which is awesome. That's a really good buff on Earthquake Slam. Unstoppable Charge, I think we also want to upgrade this because of the guard hit. It's only for 3 seconds, which is kind of disappointing, but at least we do get a 6 guard hit. It would be nice if it was for 4 or 5 seconds, but that's okay. Shattered Ground, we do want to upgrade this. You know, it's going to be another 3%. It's 27 to 30% all attack. I don't think that's really a big deal. I'm going to save my gold. Stampede, this one appears to the all defense down stacks. Okay, that's actually more important because it stacks the actual limit goes up to, it looks like 50%, so that is important. Stampede has a lot of hits from the skill preview, so this will be better, and the difference between stacking up to -35 and stacking up to -50 is very relevant, especially for PvE, so I definitely want to get him there. As far as the ISO 8 set, I was super lucky. If you missed the Twitch VOD, you definitely want to go see it. I was unlucky and then lucky. I'll leave it that. I'll kind of leave the surprise for you to find out what happened. But Power of Angry Hulk is the ideal set for him because he doesn't get any attack speed buffs from anywhere, and you want to get through those skills. I mean, he has a small all-speed buff here, but it's 2.5%. Get real, it's nothing. So here he has 113%. He'll go to 115 or 116, and then he'll be able to get another, 8% attack speed here when we have this all maxed out, at least at stage 6. And so that way he'll be able to kind of rotate through his skills, and you won't sit through long. He has quite a few long animations, so you don't want to get stuck sitting through those when you can kind of work on. And the more attack speed that he has, the more skill you can cancel and get more of the damage in between before you have to cancel into the next skill. And he does have quite a few skills that you do want to cancel. 2 in particular seems like it's a nice skill to cancel into 5 because 5 is not an iframe and it has no defensive potential in terms of like buffs or invincibility, anything. But 2 gives him a long immunity, so you do want to combo those off. I'm looking for ones that have lots of HP. We do want to stack the HP for Juggernaut because I imagine he will be quite good for that. And so let's go with, did we have something? We have a 330, that's quite nice. There we go, and we got a stage 6, so he gets another 7, almost 8% attack speed, and this is gonna put him into the low 20s. So that's pretty good for now. We may want to work on his attack speed more later on if we see that it's necessary. I'm not going to work on the Uru right now, but I am going to slap on a CTP of energy just to see what we are working with. We've got a 20% there. Let's go with this 180 right here with the 38-32. So looking at his stats now, we've got pretty low crit rate, pretty high crit damage. We are not quite capped on ignore defense and cooldown, which is okay. His 4th gear is movement speed. We can absolutely change that. We want to go probably with crit rate. If I was to imagine kind of an ideal situation, probably I would go with recovery rate if he was going for a defensive build, but in this case, as soon as we get it, crit rate should be the best option here. Yes, his ignore defense is not capped, but I can put a team up that gives him 5% ignore defense, give him a couple Urus, and he'll get that ignore defense up. But I just want to test him out now in different boss modes and see what we're working with in terms of his potential. So we're going to go ahead. Proxima is probably a good fit for him. Level 30 is probably decent. She's quite difficult, so it's something that you do need to keep in mind. She's not as easy as Corvus, where you can push to stage 40 kind of minimum for a lot of those fights. She does take quite a bit more of a beating before she kind of yields. We're going to use Beast as well for the extra buffs. And then what team-ups does he have that I can actually take advantage of? No, not Beast. We want Juggernaut. I need to team up with defense, not all defense down. Ignore defense. That's the one we want. We don't have any. Wow, really? Not a single team up. Okay, he's got one with Titania and Absorbing Man. You know what? It's actually not the worst team up because she does give 50% at physical attack, so it's the same as the one from Beast, and the cooldown will also mean that I will cap the cooldown. So, I mean, this is not the best team. Of course, you do want to bring in a support character like Valkyrie, for example, but this is decent, and we can see what he's working with without that support and see if he can do it. We don't want to bring in too many OP strikers, so we're just going to go with, I think this is good enough. Give him one decent striker. He has a native heal, remember that, guys? So you don't have to bring in anti-venom, although maybe his heal's not good enough and we want to bring in anti-venom, but I'm gonna try to pop off right away with 2 cancel 5, and I want to see how he cranks it out. I want to see how good it is. I've heard some good things about Juggernaut, but I've heard a lot more about Sabretooth, so I'm excited to test him out as well. So we're gonna do 2-5. Okay, the proc took a while there. Not bad. Okay. Third skill is a charge. Yeah, okay. We proc the obelisk a little bit too early. Okay, the iframe there. We do want to get hit. Okay. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, get hit. Accumulate. Nice. Yeah, he trucks. He feels like a stronger version of Hulk because he's got the heal. But he's just constantly smashing. But you definitely want to get hit. And because you know what, actually the really nice thing about him is that the 2-5 combo. Okay, I got snared. Ooh, I got snared a lot. Ooh, I took a lot of damage. The 2-5 combo is really good, especially for him with the accumulation, because he doesn't have an iframe on 5, so you can continue to accumulate that damage from 2. And so the accumulation carries over. It's actually quite nice. Oh no, I gotta switch. He was gonna die to the purple. We can let Titania die so we can switch back to Juggernaut faster. No, I guess she's not gonna die. She's too tanky to die. But yeah, I do like that design actually. We complain a lot that characters who have accumulation have iframes, or they have, you know, some sort of dodge mechanic, which makes, oh wow, more purple, seriously? I think he can tank this. I think I'm being a bit of a baby when it comes to Juggernaut. I just don't want him to die. I want to keep on playing. But yeah, it's nice that the accumulation not having an iframe. I was kind of complaining when I first saw his skill preview. I was like, he doesn't have any iframes on 5? What the hell? It's like his best skill. You don't want that shit to get interrupted. But now it actually makes sense. You got that accumulation. Oh, it doesn't make sense when I'm dead. It doesn't make sense when I'm dead. No, no! And he died. I got snared there. Wow, that sucks. Okay. But yeah, 2 minutes in and she's almost dead with no Uru. That's not bad. Let's go up to 35 and we'll mold the team a little bit differently. We'll give him a support so he's actually taking less damage. And does Shuri have? She doesn't have any team ups that I can use. There's just no team ups. He doesn't have that many team ups, to be honest. Juggernaut. So yeah, that's something that's gonna be difficult to do. I'm gonna just have to deal with having less than optimal stats. Recovery rate. No, I mean, Hulk would give him max HP attack speed, but we'll just pass the buff. I think the buff also has ignore defense. It would be cool if there were strikers that gave ignore defense. That would help out newer players. The way that they have ignore dodge, that would be kind of cool. Or skill cooldown even. They have the co-op cooldown. Let's just see how he does here on 35. This buff from Shuri, the 35% decreased damage received, stacking with his... Oh, we gotta do 2 first. Stacking with his own damage reduction should make him a lot more tanky. He's still gonna get snared though, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, the getting snared thing is it's just part of world boss, you know. Yeah, I'll complain about it. Whatever. Okay, taking quite a bit of damage. Maybe not quite as tanky as I thought with the buff from Shuri. I thought it would be better. But maybe that's because the cooldown on his 5 skill, or the cooldown on his 2nd skill is not quite there. But we're there. We're there. Okay, not moving. Very cool. He got stuck in an animation. That's why you want high attack speed. But yeah, I like the 5th skill. Almost a bar of damage with basically no accumulation. The nice thing about his 3rd skill is you can use it to run away as well. I really want to see what a fully accumulated 5th skill does, fully timed with the proc. I'm really trying to. Oof, it's like at least a bar. Yeah. But yeah, the nice thing, like Reed, he can run away with the 3rd skill. Oh, same thing happened as last time. Run away. Run away, big giant. Purple? Yeah. Yeah, the heal is not that good. I think maybe investing in those two-way obelisks. For those of you that don't have CTPs, I think maybe those two-way obelisks might be a good investment. Those kind of, you know, max HP. Oh man, these tornadoes are so tornado into. Okay, all right. I'm getting abused right now by this crowd control. All right. Get out of here. Run. No, run. Maybe those obelisks where it's like, you know, crit damage, max HP, damage proc. I think one of those, or even max HP invincibility. I think one of those might be really nice for Juggernaut, because the max HP will help him get more out of his. Oh, the 5th skill keeps going. Oh, that's nice. His 5th skill keeps going even if he gets interrupted by an iframe. Does it have iframe ignore? No. Snared again. Very fun. Very interactive. Just stopping me from moving. Nice. Smashy, smashy. I'm missing a lot of procs, by the way. This is not, technically speaking, this is not a good showing. I'm not playing very well right now, boys. Hit me. Hit me. You probably don't want to use mind control either. Oh my god, the snare is nuts. No. But he might also be a good recipient for a CTP of Rage, because of the fact that he has multiple skills that seem to do good damage. Yeah, and we got this. He's smashing. I mean, this is not really a clean run. I made a lot of mistakes. Using Wasp also for the debuff would be really nice. If I could use her, maybe as a leadership, and then he's gonna get. Yeah, that was so dumb. Why did I do that? I just stood there. He can definitely do this. We could have probably finished with like a minute and a half. So that's pretty nice. Stage 35, decent buffs. Of course, the strikers could be better. I could see him pushing 40, 45. That accumulation with the 5th skill is really nice. I underestimated the value of that, but you definitely, absolutely want to do 2 cancel 5 in almost every situation. You've got the paralyze, you've got the all defense down, you've got the accumulation. It's a really nice synergy. You just need to be careful. I think he needs max attack speed, because with max attack speed, he will get through the animation for Stampede, and it's a long animation. He slams the ground with his feet, and then he picks up a piece of the pavement, and he slaps the enemy with it. So getting through that animation faster by having max attack speed will mean that the 5 seconds of immunity won't run out. And that's what was happening to me a lot. The immunity was running out right at the end of the 5th skill, and then I was getting snared, and then I was dying. The heal is not as good as I thought it would be. It only comes with his tier 2 passive, so he actually doesn't get any healing at tier 1, so he's kind of worse at tier 1. I would say possibly not a good investment at tier 1 if you're going to max him out at tier 1. But the 3.5% heal, it seems kind of weak. I wish it was 4%, possibly getting more recovery rate on him, bumping that up, or getting more, maybe more max HP or more recovery. I'm not quite sure yet which one is preferable, because more max HP will also help synergize with his damage accumulation. But you definitely want the attack speed. Again, not necessarily building him super offensively, but we'll have to wait and see at level 70 how much tankier he gets. He might be able to push 50 plus Proxima, which is really cool. I've always wanted characters for Proxima specifically, but that is the kind of first showing for a PvE Juggernaut. Pretty good, and he's got a lot of different tools available to him. And he plays a little bit differently. He's kind of face tanking, not as many iframes, but he's still got some very powerful effects, kind of like Anti-Man with the accumulation where you want to get hit and then just unload with the all defense down of Stampede. So let me know what you guys think of Juggernaut. Is he a worthwhile investment? Is he a good addition to and competing with other X-Gene sub characters like Juggernaut or like Gambit and Weapon Hex? Hit me up in the comments down below. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.